Hello, you're welcome to class. Can you solve this problem? Solve simultaneously y is greater than or equals to 1, y minus x is less than 5, 2x plus y is less than or equals to 0, and show the region where the solutions lie. Okay, now let's solve the problem together. Solution. We have y greater than or equals to 1. So the first thing is to find the boundary line. So change this inequality to equality. So we have y equals to 1 is the boundary line. The boundary line. Now let's look at the second inequality. So we have y minus x is less than 5. Okay, so we have y is equals to 5 plus x is the boundary line. You get that? Now you can make y to be the square root of the formula. Alright, so now we make an assumption when x is 0. When x is 0 here, so y will be 5. Once you turn this x to 0, so we have y to be 2. We have y to be 5. That is 0, 5. Now, when y is 0, so when y is 0 here, so what's going to be the value of x? So x is negative 5. All right, so once you turn this one to 0, so you can transpose this 5. So once it comes here, it becomes negative 5. So x is negative 5. So we have points negative 5, 0. Now let's look at the third inequality. So we have 2x plus y is less than or equals to 0. So how do we do this? So let's find the boundary line. You have y is equals to negative 2x. That is the boundary line. So this time around, if I make an assumption when x is 0, y will be 0. So the same thing when y is 0, x will also be 0. So now let us look at a non-zero number. So let's make an assumption of negative 1. So when x is negative 1, so what is going to be the value of y? So when you plug in negative 1 here, so we have y equals to negative 2 times negative 1. And that is what? That is 2. Negative times negative is plus. So we have negative 1, 2. Right? So now let's look at the second assumption when x equals to 1. Let's look at the positive number here. So let's plug in. Suppose this is now 1. So if it is 1, this returns to negative 2. Right? So now the point now is going to be what? 1, negative 2. Okay, so the next thing is to represent all these points on the graph. Okay, now let's do that. Okay, so now let's locate this point. Y equals to 1. Y equals to 1. So these are values of y. So this is y equals to 1. So now to draw the line, so the line is going to cross point 1. So we have this. So now that is y is greater than or equals to 1. Y is greater than or equals to 1. So the solution lies at the top. Values of y that are greater than or equals to 1, they are 2, 3, and so on. So this is the unwanted part. So you shade down. Now let's look at the second inequality. That is y minus x less than 5. So when x is 0, y is 5. So we have these points. And when x is negative 5, y is 0. So we have the point here. So we join these 2 points together. Okay, so we are going to use broken line this time around because it is strictly less than. Okay, so now since we have less than, so the solution set will be below. So the unwanted part will be above, right? So now this is the inequality for y minus x less than 5, right? So now let's look at the third one. Now we have when x is -1, y is 2. When x is -1, y is 2. So the point is around this place. Okay. So you can trace it up. So this is the point. Now the second one, when x is 1. When x is 1, y is -2. So you trace it down. This is the value. Okay. So let's join the 2 points together. So we are going to be using block line because it is less than or equals to. So, right. So it is less than. Values that are less than are below. So the unwanted part will be above here. So this is the graph of 2x plus y less than or equals to 0. All right. So the question asks us to show the region where the solution set lies. So this is going to be the region where the solution set lies. Okay. So that is the solution to the problem. I want to believe you've learned one or two things. Thanks.